Man, let's get it. Showtime. It's showtime. Let's get it. Let's give all of the other things an opportunity to pop up. Where the intro music at? Intro music. Go. All the glasses up there for me. We got a call early on the line. Who is on the line?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, who is this?
You called into my show. Who is this?
For what?
What?
You said where that call?
You called the show. I'm on my show right now. What's going on?
What show?
This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Tribal Quotes.
No, you make that a number, man, boy.
You called me. Good grief. How you gonna tell me I called the wrong number and he called me? Boy, goddamn. I'm just like, yo, I called the wrong number. Ain't that something? All right, whatever. All right, so, ladies, If you're on my text list, please check your niggas, please. You get text from me, it's not a number, let them know it's the black signal so that they can be cool with you receiving a call or a text from Gye-Nyame Journey. It's not Brother Hot Tim, it's Gye-Nyame Journey. Please check your man. Alright? That's obviously what happened. I sent out a text and somebody got hurt because they thought the girl was cheating on them or something. Alright, come on now, family. Come on now. We must do better. Alright, so now let me go and set up everything because y'all know I can't set up a lot of stuff until after the piece. But I think I might go and clip that call because people, y'all need to let them know I'm part of the Gye-Nyame Journey, you know. Oh, by the way, I just got the word from Facebook. We have reached over 700 people. Y'all did it. It was y'all. It was y'all. 700 people. Man, I am so hyped. I'm happy. And, you know, at this rate, if we're able to do it, we might be able to reach 1,000 before Kwanzaa. What a beautiful thought. What a beautiful thought that would be. Well, we had a serious call. I put that down. Y'all did a great job, family. I put the call out. Somebody seen the call and said, hey, I'm gonna help Brother Hot Tim. You know what I'm saying? He's serious, he committed, he been doing this thing for a while. So the least I could do is just, like him on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like the page. Alright, family, now let's get busy real quick. First off, I want to thank everybody for joining us for Tribal Quotes. We're about to get into the quotes in a moment. Make sure you check out freegnjecourse.com. freegnjecourse.com. Right? Check that out. You also, those of you that are watching on Facebook, you might be watching on YouTube. You might be checking me out on Periscope. Go to gnjmedia.live and check us out there. And then also, if you want to donate, by all means, do so. Because I would love to see some coins drop in that jar. I just want to see what it look like. Somebody out there that I know, that know where I work, borrow the money, you know what I'm saying? I'll pay you back. Shit, put it in there. I just want to see the coins drop in the jar. See if that shit really works. Also, let me see what else. Anything else? Oh, G&J Mall. We will be having the G&J Mall on August 31st. That's a Kuumba, of course. And at the mall, family. Oh, man, I forgot to make some calls. I came home. I had to go to the barbershop and I had to... all right. Well, anyway. So, at the mall, we'll be showing for free, the 5th installment of Hidden Colors. So come out, it's going to be a dynamic discussion. We're going to be showing the movie about 3:30. So come a little bit early. Check out some of the vendors. Stay after the movie go off. Check out some of the vendors. You know what I'm saying? Because the vendors is what keeps the mall alive. Thanking you in advance. So let's see what else. Is there anything else? We got some news we're going to cover real quick, but we also got a call in. Brother Shaka's calling in. What's up, Brother Shaka?
What's going on, man?
I'm chilling, man. Just drinking my water. Drink your water, right?
Right on.
So what's going on, man? You just listening in right now?
And I'm thinking we need to remix you a beat, man. That's what I'm thinking.
Hey, all things are possible. When you in town, we'll do it. I ain't, like I said, I'm patient. Shit. So, in the news, before we get to this, Tucker Carlson. What a name. Tucker. What you gonna name your baby? Oh, I think I'm gonna name him Tucker. Tucker Carlson. Tucker. That's his name. Tucker. This motherfucker got famous with a name like Tucker. Alright, I'm just leave it alone. But that shit just keep ringing. You know, it's one letter away from trucker. You know what I'm saying? It's a Tucker Carlson. Says to his viewers that the country's white supremacy problem is a hoax. It's a hoax. It's not real. It's fake news. Ain't no white supremacy problem here. It's fake news. Don't be duped. How dare you bring... See, that's the problem that's the power when you have your own media. You can shape and form reality. This motherfucker is trying to morph reality to where some of y'all eventually that are black will be talking to me on my show and be like, you know white supremacy is a hoax. It's coming. It's coming. Somebody will call in here and be like, it's a hoax. And I put on here, so I guess the racial wealth gap is a hoax too. That was a good one, brother. That shit was good. Right? Tucker, your name should have been Shut Up. That's what your name should... Shut Up Carlson. That's what your name need to be. Just shut up.
Hey, hi, Tim.
Go ahead.
I see you got your Caucasian friends online representing the Hermetic Order. Listen,
what?
They got books out. They got books out.
Oh
and
my!
Everything. They done hooked up like Jim and Tammy Baker on a Hermetic law. I want to thank people for making it such a universal.
You talking about the Kemetic? You talking about the Kemetic thing because it's Kemetic New Year. This is the last day of Kemetic New Year, so they going wild. See, family, y'all got to understand. If you don't tell your story, other people will grab that shit. You might not see value in it. Other people see value in your ancient culture as well as your present culture. You don't. You just think that it's easy. It ain't easy to be creating shit like this. We've been doing it for millennia. So now we got white commissions. That's what they call commissions and shit. I was sitting in a meeting and they put some shit up and I had to get up and I had to walk out. This is a perfect time. You know, this is a perfect... My mind said, this is a perfect time to go to the bathroom. And I got up cussing. This is some bullshit. I'm going to the bathroom. Right? Oh, man. And you know, like I said, hey, if we don't claim it, by all means, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can have it. But, you know, for me, and I don't know if you know this, Shaka, I'm not Kemetic. And that rubs a lot of people wrong when I say this shit. I'm not Kemetic. I'm just being honest with you.
What you mean you not Kemetic?
Dog.
Don't you spell ancient Egypt KMT?
Yes, I do. KMT. Yep. Could break that shit down too. I'm one that wherever I find wisdom, I love it. I love wisdom. But the conditions for me to be Kemetic are not here in America. That's been my argument since college. When niggas first started getting on this shit. I'm like, yo, we could learn from the ancient commissions or however you say it. But we can't be that. Because that age is gone. We're in a new place. They had the Nile. We got about 50 rivers between my house and your house. You know what I'm saying? Major rivers. We are living in a totally different environment. So we can't be Kemetic. You understand what I'm saying? So, and,
exactly.
You know, so, but.
That's like trying to hustle your demo on tape.
There you go.
Now.
There you go. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So when people come at me.
What you mean you ain't got a tape player?
Exactly. What you mean? How you in music and you ain't got a tape player? And that's how some people sound to our people. You know what I'm saying? But we've been looking for identity, and I understand. You know what I'm saying? I never really had a title for what I was until recently. but I knew I wasn't Kemetic. You understand what I'm saying? Now, but once again, the wisdom that was there was undeniable. And the lessons that I got out of that part of my life are undeniable. But I am not that. I can't be Imhotep. I have to be Hatem. You understand what I'm saying? Because you got, out of thousands of years, it started in Kemet and it moved west supposedly, or, I don't, see, nobody ever broke that shit down. Really God was really clear about that. So are we saying that all civilization, all black civilization started in Kemet and it moved elsewhere? So there wasn't shit going on outside of Kemet? We already know that's not true because Kemet comes from the south with the Nubians. So we know what shit going on before that. So how we know what other shit going on for that it would be to the west.
I'm saying though, yo.
Huh?
That's why they got these documentaries like Indiana Jones. You know what I'm saying? That's why they got these documentaries about the Lost Ark.
Lost Ark and all that. But, all that stuff. For me, a lot of that shit is myth. And people get caught up in trying to prove the historical fact of myth rather than grasping the wisdom that the myth is trying to give you. And, since I was, even when I was in church when I was young, I could look at that shit and be like, I just read some shit like this in Greek mythology. Hold on. But I couldn't ask those questions then because motherfucker would slap me or some shit like that. So y'all want me to believe that a motherfucker was walking on water for real? And you've been praying your whole life and you can't do it?
I will say though, Hatem.
Go ahead.
If y'all go to my Instagram on The Mind of Shaka on my IG, y'all will see my son Pharaoh moonwalked on Lake Erie. I promise you.
Oh, the Savior is back. His name is Pharaoh. The nigga moonwalked on Lake Erie.
Yes, sir.
Hey, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, family, and when I say myth, family, I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to diss what you have and what you believe. But please understand it. Belief is just that. Belief. Just because you believe it does not make it real. I'm just saying.
Do you believe you can moonwalk?
Who? I try. I believe with practice, I could do almost anything. Shit, I might even be able to walk across a pool, but I don't practice. I don't desire getting wet. It's going to take a couple of thousand tries, but, I heard after 10,000 tries, you a master. Shit. But I don't feel like falling in the pool 10,000 times. That's just me. I got better things to do with my time. You understand what I'm saying? So, all right. So we got on Tucker. All right. Marianne Williamson wants up to $500 billion for slave reparations plan. All right, now the negotiations start. This is what I said on my thing piece because I don't want to be real disrespectful because I appreciate the fact that she even is speaking out and having it put up. But let me just describe that. So if we say that reparations is anywhere between $2 trillion and $17 trillion, $500 billion in a trillion is like a quarter. So if we was to say $1 billion equal, $1 trillion equal $1, 500 billion will be a quarter. So if we say that we are owed $2 trillion, this is like somebody that owe you $2. They walk up to you and give you a quarter and say, hey, you should be satisfied. And if we agree that it's 17 trillion, this is like somebody that owe you $17 walking up and give you a quarter and saying, you should be satisfied. Don't worry about that other $16.75. This quarter should suffice for the debt that I owe you. Now, family, this is where we have to get to the point of the person that's in debt. Don't tell the person that they owe how much they owe. That's some bullshit. Try that with your credit card company. Motherfucker, here's a quarter. I know I owe you $2. Here's a quarter. Don't work like that. Don't work like that. But I appreciate it being on the table. Now it's time for discussions. So the ADOS folk, we're going to have to go on and help her increase her number. Because once she starts, other people are going to have to do something to counter that. And you see them doing, like Bernie Sanders. See, and this is what bothers me about them dealing with black folks. Well, I'm going to sign an executive order to make weed legal. Give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? That's some young people shit. That's not going to benefit us at all. How about signing an executive order that up to 20% of all marijuana dispensaries and farms have to be owned by us? And put that in the reparations package while you at it too. All right, let me move on. We're going to hit on this tonight on Tribal Quotes. Tune in for the discussion. This is an NPR article. Then thank you for your patience, Brother Shaka. If there ain't any questions out there, the number is 614-556-4535. We also have a workshop with Wakesa, you know what I'm saying, this weekend. But like I said, y'all not responding. Come on, family. We got wisdom walking amongst us, and y'all just gonna let it go. But hey, here we go. When I was white, centers on the formation of race, identity, and self. Let me see how long this article is before I start reading. All right, we can get through this. I want y'all to check this out. When one thinks of American blackness, there is the unsaid ugly truth that nearly all American blacks who have descended from the historical African diaspora in America have one or several rapacious white owners in their family tree at some point. Here, in the early days of the United States, was the invention of racism for economic necessity. That's a dope line. Racism for economic necessity. We've been talking about that here, family. We've been saying it in different words. But let me read that again. Here in the early days of the United States was the invention of racism for economic necessity. Racism as an economic necessity. From 1619 until 1865, white male Americans chose to breed a black enslaved workforce through the state-sanctioned rape of black women to build the new nation and support their white supremacist class. Now this article is on NPR and is by I think it's a sister by the name of Hope Waybook. Race became the single unifying identifier, determining everything about one's life, starting with this most basic division, enslaved or free. The American law was that the condition of the child followed that of the mother, backed up by the one-drop rule. The legal framework that dictated even one drop of blackness made an individual black, never white. The idea of blackness, the idea of blackness as a pollutant, a taint that would erode the purity of whiteness, was seized by politicians around the world then and now. Because of the legacy of sexual violence and anti-blackness, black and white mixed individuals have long been considered black in America. To much a larger degree than many people would like to admit, race still determines a vast part of one's life. Social networks and mobility, birth and other medical care, employment opportunities, and so on. Indeed, there's an entire genre of literature and film popularized in the late 18th and 19th centuries composed of blacks passing for white to avoid this racism. Some of the most famous examples are Nella Larson's 1929 novel, Passing, James Weldon Johnson's 1912 opus, The Autobiography of an Ex-Colored Man, and the 1959 film, The Imitation of Life. Sarah Valentine, the author of the memoir When I Was White, did not choose to pass for white. Her mother made the choice for her. So Valentine was raised as white by white parents in white middle-class communities, only to discover as a young woman that her biological father was actually black. As Valentine endeavors to explore what her new identity means to her, she searches for a way to connect to her blackness. For Valentine, learning that she is black is to reject whiteness. She cannot comprehend how the privileges of whiteness can be held hand in hand with the racism the black body is subject to. Valentine has had good reason to feel this way. Her space of passing for white puts her in a situation where, because they assume she is one of their own, she hears the racist things white people say when there are no black people around, starting with her own family. Valentine's pain when her mother refuses to let her attend the school dance because her date is black dismisses black people as lazy, welfare spongers who live in the ghetto, or bans Valentine from watching TV shows with black people and is palpable. Because of her white mother's ongoing racism throughout her childhood, Valentine's first understanding of blackness is as other, as negative, dangerous, and wrong. I got the message that black was undesirable. Valentine's right. Now, I want y'all to think about this. This is a puzzle. This is a conundrum. This is a girl whose father was black, raised in a white family. And even though her father was black, the mother was anti-black. The shit is puzzling.
In the daytime?
I guess in the daytime. When the lights on, she don't like black folks. But when turn them lights off, turn off the lights.
Turn off the lights.
Spread those legs open. I'm going to give you something that I know you love. All right, but I'm sorry. At the center of When I Was White is this immensely complicated relationship between Valentine and her mother. As Valentine seeks to learn more about her biological father, her mother will only say, "Your father was a black man who raped me in college." Uh-oh. The plot thickens. A black man that raped me in college.
It was the best experience I've ever had.
Hey, get ready. You ready for it, Shaka? Because I think a can of worms is about to be opened on this motherfucker right here, man. Hold on. Valentine tries to reckon with this, seeking more information from her mother. And in aftermath of her mother's ever-changing narrative of Valentine's conception, ever-changing narrative of Valentine's conception, and constantly refuses to answer Valentine's questions, she seeks answers from her mother's college friends as well. Hold on. Where you at? Anime? Get ready. Get ready. Anime? Are you ready? Okay. Oh, we got a comment. Let's see. Regina. Oh, and it's your day. What's up, y'all? It sounds like a big number, so people think it's amazing, innovative, brave of her. And she's actively fundraising You called it out. I think the campaign is tapping into African American markets. She has FB ads up now saying she needs donation to stay in the race. Wait, hold on. Y'all ain't gonna give us a chance to find out the truth. Cause her mom was raped. Come on now. White women don't lie. Hold on. Y'all just give her a second. The truth is about to come out. Valentine's torn between respect. Hold on. Counsel refused to answer Valentine's question. She seeks answers from her mother's college friends as well. Valentine, torn between respecting her mother's trauma and wanting to connect with her biological father, struggles to come to terms with the many layers of the situation. Telling y'all white women don't lie. Navigating the line between the importance of believing women's accounts of rape and awareness of the history of white women's false rape accusation against black men as an excuse for lynching and other racial violence throughout American history. Valentine is at her best when we see her sift through this history, creating a well-crafted scene that resonates with depth and emotional weight in a commitment to get the truth, even if it paints her in a negative light. She's bold, she's brave, and like Regina says, she needs funding to stay black because she's discovering that black life is hard. I can see a full action film coming from this shit here. There's some good stuff. Hold on. She reveals that everyone suspected she had black heritage, friends, teacher, even she herself. Y'all got to see this picture. I don't see how she had any doubt. It was some black in the mix. But to prevent jeopardizing her family dynamic, no one spoke of it. Scared, the young Valentine had also remained silent. I worried that acknowledging I was black and had a different father than the one I grew up with could shatter the unity of the family my parents had worked so hard to create. Valentine writes, indeed, after taking a DNA test and finding out they are not biologically related, the man Valentine knew as her father moved out the home he shared with Valentine's mother into an apartment of his own 300 miles away. It's unraveling. It's unraveling right now. Come on now. I'm gripping my seat. Hold on to your seat, family. Black and white biraciality in this country has long been understood as a type of blackness. And the presence of a biracial individual within blackness has added to the power of the black cultural bloc. Without biracial being considered black, for example, America would not yet have had its first black president. Well, thank you. But why then is biracial not also a type of white? If you look at the past racist origins of the one-drop rule, what happens to our thinking of racial duality? One wonders, why is this mutually exclusive? Why must Valentine choose either black or white? One wonders too, if the author was Latina and black or Asian and black, would discovering her blackness mean losing her Latinx or Asian identity? We are beyond black and white, beyond the one-drop rule in American society. Okay, if you say so. So should our understanding of multiracial identity evolve too? Can it evolve? I want to get back to her mama. I'm almost done. Our history and... Now, I seen this story. I could ruin the book for y'all, but she need money, so I'm going to leave the story out there so that y'all go and buy her book, because it's expensive to be black. I'm sorry. Was the history and continued presence of white supremacy in our culture so virulent that whiteness cannot be held in the same conversation as other multiracial identities? Now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, future. There's a future. This for y'all in the future. In a minute, Biracial people are going to be able to determine what they choose, because whiteness, in order to maintain its presence, is going to start to morph and change. So some Asians are going to be considered white, some multiracials are going to be considered white, some Latinos and Latinas are going to be considered white, and they're going to be able to put that on the census, because they are not going to allow America to brown. I put an article up on the Gye-Nyame Journey site from 2016. You need to look at it. So those of you that think that we're going to fuck our way up out of this situation, it's not going to happen. I'm going to stop reading that right there, because she kind of lost me. She got me hooked up on wanting to see what the mama did when I already got a good idea what the mama did. That comment was about Marianne Williamson, 500 billion. Oh, my fault. Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about the white girl that, or whatever she is. So, Sister Ya says, Sister Regina Ya Idrisu say, it sounds like a big number. So people think it's amazing, innovative, and brave her, and she's actively fundraising. I think the campaign is tapping into African American markets. She has Facebook ads up now saying she needs donation to stay in the race. Okay, cool. I thought you was talking about this girl I was reading about. Now that's an actual fact, because after each debate they raise the stakes. So she needs individual donors. She needs a certain amount of individual donors to stay in the race. And since she's not directly affiliated with a party, that's a legitimate call. I sent her a couple of dollars myself so that she could have that individual, because I, above all things, want to make sure that we keep the discussion about reparations in the mix. And she is one that's bringing it up, even though the number is low. Brother Kwame says, what about this little place here in Ohio where you have white-skinned, blue-eyed people who classify themselves as black, whether they have any drops or not? A black bud is what they were always told they were, black. One love, fam. What about this little... What? You gonna have to elaborate on that shit. I need to see this. All right. The Black Yoda has found a place where white people claim that they are black. I want to see this place. All right. So now let's get to these these quotes, so that I can let y'all go to sleep. Real quick. Day 81. A jug fills drop by drop. Very simple. A jug fills drop by drop. Buddha. Speaking of drop by drop, let me stop. I was about to do a commercial, y'all. But I decided to hold off. Pressure is a word that is misused in our vocabulary. When you start thinking of pressure, it's because you started to think of failure. That's from Tommy Lasorda. Pressure is a word that is misused in our vocabulary. When you start thinking of pressure, it's because you started to think of failure. Tommy Lasorda. Last one. A poor man's children make the rich man's children fat. Ooh. Poor man's children make the rich man's children fat. That's Uganda. That's a Uganda proverb. So somebody out there that's listening, I know somebody out there, type in 1, 2, the number 1, 2, or 3, so that we know what to start with. Come on now. Also, take some time, go to gnjmedia.live. Check us out over there. Also, if you want to make a donation, by all means do. I won't be mad. I want to see the glass. I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens when you make a donation. I tried it yesterday. I couldn't see it on Facebook. Maybe I hung up before here. I don't know. All right. I'm waiting, but since the number 2 is the bottom here, we're going to start with number 2, even though that ain't a good one. So y'all type in the next number. Number 2 is gone. Pressure is a word that is misused in our vocabulary. When you start thinking of pressure, it's because you started to think of failure. Shock, you still there? Oh, we on a solo project tonight, family. Let's go and kick it. Oh, Shock is still there. Somebody else hung up. Oh, no, Shocker gone. So pressure is a word that's misused in our vocabulary. When you start thinking of pressure, it's because you started to think of failure. So, I mean, this one is kind of self-explanatory. It's talking about the word pressure and how we misuse it. Brother Kwame got another quote. 3 is a magic number. All right, he threw a 3. We'll do 3 next. But in this number 2, homeboy, like one of the things that those that have seen me in person, you know that I like to break down the meaning of words. I like really looking deep. I like looking at the historical roots of the word. I like to look at how the word has been used throughout history. And what this individual, what Tommy Lasorda is saying is that when we start thinking about pressure, we're thinking about pressure in the wrong way. Right? We look at pressure, and what we're actually looking at is the fear of failure. Now, this is what I'm going to say about that. Family, if you want to get good at anything, we have to fail. We have to fail. This is why I'm telling people right now, because a lot of people is worried about the whole conversation about reparations and us running for school board and us running for city council and us running for mayor. Family, realize that me being 51, everything that I'm talking about us doing does not mean that we automatically gonna win. Does not mean that I'm even focused on us winning. What I'm focused on us is getting in and getting the lessons. Being able to build a story that we can tell about our efforts, whether our efforts end in victory or our efforts end in defeat. Is about building the story. See, in our culture, we have determined that failure is bad, that failure is wrong. But family, there is nobody who has not failed their way to success. I can't remember what I was listening to, but the quote that they made, they said, try and fail. Try again and fail better. I can't remember who said that. But that's something that we really have to start learning to deal with in a serious way. When I'm talking about running for city council, and I'm talking about people running for the school board, and then we start talking about people running for mayor, and we talking about people running for a state representative and the national representatives, and running for council and running for senate, it's not always to win. It's to put the story out there. See, what we have an issue with as far as our politics is that we have politicians who is almost like that movie, Gone with the Wind. All our politicians go with the wind. Which way is the wind blowing? And we don't need that. What we need to do is start training our young people to be people of principle, to be politicians of principle. And what's the principles? We already know, right? We say them in a day. Today's principle is Ujima. We need to start training our young people to be that. You know what I'm saying? So that when we start moving into these places and the first couple of times it probably won't turn out good for us. But we get the lesson. As long as we get the lesson, we be able to move on. So Tommy Lasorda, I think he was a football coach or something. Pressure is a word that is misused in our vocabulary. When we start thinking about pressure, it's because we started to think of failure. And I asked the question to Tommy Lasorda, what's wrong with thinking of failure? When it's a reality. I often used to tell my sons when they used to run into bullies or other people and they say stuff like, I never lost a fight. I say, Dan, dog, listen to me. Anybody that's truly good at fighting has lost. You can't become good at fighting by just winning all the time, because that means that you have been competing against people that wasn't at your level. which doesn't mean you a fighter. It means that you a winner and a cheater and a bully. You can't be good at football if you haven't lost. You can't be good at basketball if you haven't lost. Well, brother Tim, my football team had a perfect season. That's because you and everybody else that led up to your football team in some form of fashion had lost, and your coach had experience at losing, and he knew what to do at those moments because the lessons he was able to draw on, he was able to instruct you, and you were smart enough to listen to him. Come on now, family. We gonna, like I said, the whole piece with Tyree, the whole piece with Gye-Nyame, all this stuff that's going on in our community is about us trying new things, pushing beyond our comfort zone. And I got a big ass comfort zone, family. And I try to push it. And sometimes when I get in my comfort zone, I'm gonna need some of y'all to be like, no, dog, you gotta get up out of this. Because I'm pushing other people. Some of us, we get so comfortable, we get lazy and don't want to do nothing. Let me see, Brother Kwame. All right, cool. All right, so let's move on to number 3 because I'm about to let y'all out of here. A poor man's children make rich man's children fat. Sad but true. I do this because I want to make sure that my family is getting information. I want you to think, and I don't want you to agree with me. I don't want you to just listen to me. I want y'all to call in and check me when I'm wrong. I want y'all to call in and have your own goddamn opinion. I want you to be thinking. But I want you to look at this statement, man, and y'all really understand that this proverb right here, poor man's children make the rich man's children fat, is the very, I told y'all about eating upstairs. Go sit y'all little narrow butts down. Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. Poor man's children make what? What'd you say? No, you wasn't. Live here, Gye-Nyame Journey. Poor man's children make rich man's children fat. Now, family, please understand this. We have to understand now, especially over here, because I just kind of spoke on it. Did you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad? I haven't. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And once again, that's one of those motivational books. And I know some of y'all going to get mad at me out there, but I'm going to say it. Motivational books was not written for us. Robert Kiyosaki is basically asking a question. How can you be white in America and not be rich? This is the foundation. This is Brother Hatim's foundation. And I'm letting you know all these motivation books that are written is asking the question. How, after all these generations of us not allowing black people to compete, not allowing 14.6% of the population to compete, making them a permanent underclass, making them have to depend on other people for every aspect of their lives, how can you not be rich? I want y'all to think about that shit. Family. The poor families in this, poor man's children make rich man's children rich, is us. Everybody is coming to America and they're using us as a stepping stone. And in a sense, a sacrificial initiation they have to make in order to move up in American hierarchy. So our children are making rich children fat. Our children's miseducation, mishandling, misuse. Our communities abuse by others by coming in and selling us cheap, no good goods. I mean, come on, fam. Y'all, I mean, you got to see it. I know you do. I know you do. Right? Those of you that's here, I'm in a sense talking to the choir. This is my choir. Right? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to the choir. But y'all know. But a lot of us don't. And we still living in an illusion. But hey, it's cool. It's cool. Because reality, when that comes and shit, and you've been, because the worst time for your illusions to dissolve is right when you land on the deathbed. Let me tell you something. When you laying dying, or thinking you dying, and all the thoughts and your life flash before your eyes, and you think you're about to leave here, it's real fucked up when you really start thinking about all the time you've been wasting. All the illusions that you thought was real. All the shit that you thought was important. As you lay there fading away. If you have not handled your business, damn. I feel for you. Bro, I'm on the piano. Brother Kwame say he playing the piano. I got it. All right, so let's move to the last one and we're going to get up out of here. A jug fills drop by drop. Family, I have to send this one out to the Gye-Nyame tribe, to my tribe. Family, drop by drop. Story. I came up with a fundraising idea for APDS when we was working for APDS and we was called the Underground Railroad then. The fundraising idea I had, and y'all probably heard this story before. But anyway, I'm going to tell it anyway. I called it a small change drive. So I say we're going to go to all the stores in our communities and we're going to put jugs in them. And we're going to put a sign on it that say, your small change to make a large change in the community. We put a nice little fancy picture on there. We might even get some actual buckets produced. And when people come in and they got extra change, they're going to put it in. My elder Noma looked at me and say, hey, Peanut, what we doing? Only man that called me Peanut. God damn, man, why you? My whole adult life, you've been caught. Why you just? And he just look at me. I just be quiet. I'm like, don't call me Peanut again. When he wasn't near, I tricked him. When he wasn't near, I told him off. Call me Peanut. You know what I'm saying? Call me Peanut. Anyway, Peanut, what we gonna do? We raising funds for ant. We building an ant farm. Everybody started laughing. I said, all right, cool. Because even back then, I understood the one drop rule. Drop by drop by drop. This is why I don't get frustrated with any event that we're throwing and a lot of people don't come. Drop by drop by drop. Being consistent. I know a lot of people, and I already know the video out there typing up right now, about to call in right now, cuss my ass out. For me, it's about the consistency and it's about moving one step at a time. That's how I learned how to walk. That's how I learned how to run. That's how I learned how to ride a bike. That's how I learned how to climb. You know what I'm saying? Step by step. Each event we throw is a drip. Drip. To eventually the jug will be filled up. And we got to look at all of the stuff we doing as drops. And be consistent with the drops. Because family, like I said, my page, like I said, I only got a few people looking in right now. Right? But me doing this has helped build our page up to where we crossed 700 today. And I've been doing this for years. And I'm proud of it. The drop by drop by drop. Because eventually, when the barrel is full, when the jug is full, right? I could make use of what's in the jug. Hell, when the jug is half full, we could make use of what's in the jug. And we already doing that. Drop by drop by drop. Drop by drop by drop, we have been able to raise funds for the Malcolm X Festival. Drop by drop by drop, we have been able to raise funds for Kwanzaa. Drop by drop by drop, we have been able to raise funds to send young people to Simba. Drop by drop, we have been able to get people to draw our logos, because we got some new logos come. Drop by drop by drop. You know what I'm saying? Many of us want we want the jug immediately filled, but we got to be patient in what we do. Dr. Kelsey used to say this to me all the time, to all of everybody that's with us. It is the patient man that eats ripe fruit. You know, at 20, you don't want to hear that shit. I mean, planting an apple tree and waiting for apple. It's the right man that eats. It's the patient man that eat ripe fruit. Sister Regina say, I did that once at a fundraiser in South Linden. I put starter change in, I think. Somebody stole the money at one store. One store got filled with lottery tickets receipts and others trash. With my starter change at the bottom, I was salty. And we can't give up though. We can't give up. And we got to keep our message coming, because they got, you should have checked those receipts too, those lottery receipts. But the whole piece is, we got to stay consistent, because of course you're going to get the assholes to do that. And you're going to get people to steal. And you're going to get people. We've been through all these phases. We know this. We know we're dealing with hurt. We know we're dealing with ill. We know we're dealing with angry. We know we're dealing with depressed people. Actually, that's why, if you look at it, this is why you got trash in something with a positive message on it. They was letting you know how they feel about themselves. Shit, I didn't win the lottery. Fuck the community. Boom. They letting you know how they feel about themselves. So we have to change that perspective. So what rather than putting them in the stores because I got laughed out, started doing a small change drive with our family. That's what we do. We do it with the tribe. Raise small change with us. Because I want you to think about this. We get, let's say we start off at this mall with a small amount of people, and we just start doing a small change thing. And we start doing little things to attract more vendors. And we start getting larger and larger crowds, and we start having better and better sessions. And then, 1 week we bring somebody that's internationally known. The next week we have a band, and we're able to raise this money to keep the community active and involved. And we put a change jar out. Eventually people going to start taking it serious. Then we'll be able to move to a store. You know what I'm saying? Then we'll be, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a long, but it's a simple process. We know that, I want you to think about this. And some of us might know folks like this. Their whole retirement is based on a lottery. They ain't been able to make ends meet. I'm upset. Matter of fact, I'm trying to win a lottery so I can escape being black. Not knowing that you ain't gonna really be able to do that. I still believe in the idea. Smaller group is a better approach. We start with us and we start training ourselves. And then we start letting the young people, with the lessons we give them, start training their peers. And we start expanding the circle to eventually, rather than us having to put it in the store, we'll put it in events where we are. And people automatically come there. I'm going to buy a hot dog. The hot dog costs $1. I got a $5. I give them $5. I put $1 in the jar. Realizing that your small change make a large change in the community. Maybe I need to change that. Your small change makes a large change in our tribe. Then after we build up the tribe, because this is what happens, sister, because I want y'all to understand this. This is how it goes down. When people see your tribe doing well, and then you as an individual doing well, they all of a sudden want to participate with what you doing. They want to know what you doing. Right? This is why in Gye-Nyame we say nobody will respect what's yours more than you, nor should they. But actually we say it like this. Nobody will respect your shit more than you, nor should they. When we start respecting what we have and what we hold, and we put a border around it and people have to have permission to come in, they're going to start seeking permission, and some of them will even pay an admission to get in and pay an admission or a tax to stay in. But we don't show that we value what we got. So we'll have a Dr. Kelsey and only have 30 people come out. We'll do an event, and only those that really got in their heart will show up. And I'm satisfied with those numbers. You know why? Because I prefer to have the real around me than the pretend. You know what I'm saying? Because we got all these people pretending culture out here. You pretending. Stop it. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? You pretending. Our culture is not to be played with. It's to be lived. It's lived. You don't do this part-time. The way you are is the way you are at work, is the way you are at church, is the way you are wherever you are. And this has to be clear across the board. Now, you can't be pretending on this. This ain't no plaything. You don't pick up what we got and put it down. You have to be who you are. That's part of the issue that's wrong with a lot of us. We've been faking so long that we don't even know who we are. So I'm going to stop. And Brother Kwame, Brother the Black Yoda. So when you see Kwame, say, "What's up, Master Yoda?" Master Black Yoda. We are a people who have been preyed upon, and we have our own family issue passed on to us generation by generation that we are yet to work through. Very true. And those of us that are in the community need to get training, like, because Wakesa is here. We need to get training with methods like that so that we can get out here and do intensive care for our family that needs it. Like I said, family, I've been in the trenches a long time, so sometimes I get short with people. You know what I'm saying? Especially people on some theory shit. I get very short. Because it's like, yo, I've been in the trenches for a long motherfucking time. For a long time. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't a matter of me bragging or saying that I'm better or that. What I'm saying is, I have experienced some of the shit that you're going through. Allow me to help you. Or you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Get out my face. I'm just saying. Right? See, because when you have been involved with something for a certain amount of time, there is a certain amount of arrogance that you're supposed to have. And I know some of y'all gonna get mad at that. Because you have it on your job. If some new motherfucker walk in there and telling you how to do your job, regardless of whether they are above you or whatever, and they never did your job before, you don't allow them to give you instructions. Some of y'all done lost jobs like that. The new manager came in, he was trying to tell me how to do. Boom, I told him where it, you know what I'm saying? Come on now. You just getting some people just getting in this. Come on. So family, I'm about to get up. But yeah, once again, Wakesa will be here. He will be doing a session tomorrow night. And depending on the turnout for tomorrow night and the interest that is showed in the next day, I think that will determine whether or not we're gonna have the workshop, because I do not want my elder here wasting his time. I'm just saying, even though it's not a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? Because he would gladly stay. But I'm gonna suggest highly that, you know what I'm saying, family, because it's like I can't be there to guarantee and call people and get people in the room, because, like I said, I'm going to celebrate with my mom. This is her 70th birthday weekend. She'll never get another 70th year of life. After this is 71 and on up. So I'm going to go kick it with my mom. I'm going to have me a great time. And I'm hoping that enough of my family come out so that when I'm having my emotional meltdown, somebody can settle me down and look at me and be, Brother Hatim, what are you feeling? Mad, sad, or scared? And I want to be able to look at them and be like, damn, I don't know. And they could walk me through so that I could go on and get to what I'm feeling. Because that's what's tearing us up. We have people in pain at our meetings, and they will take the meeting all the way off of what we're supposed to be meeting on, because they are in pain. And because we don't have the tools to help them heal, or the patience to walk them through it, we like, this is not how business is supposed to be ran. Because you have never seen business ran by traumatized people. What you seeing is models of people who have been traumatizing, not the ones that's been traumatized. You are seeing in this proverb, you are seeing the poor man's children. They have been making the rich man's children fat, saying enough is enough, and I got to work through my shit. So this is why, I don't mind having those discussions, because I already know you're not going to get it nowhere else. Y'all, listen. Y'all do not know. Well, those of you that's probably on the line probably know how hard it is to find somebody to have a real discussion with. Let me say that again. It is so hard to find somebody to have a real discussion with. Because everybody around a lot of us is hurt, so we can't really. So a lot of the discussions we be having is about avoidance and about not really getting into what we really need to talk about, because there's so much pain, blame, and guilt sitting right there. Shame, blame, and guilt sitting right there. She says, Mr. Driscoll say, I don't have a sitter. Is it child friendly? You already know all us. Most of the stuff is child friendly, except for when I'm throwing a workshop. But even then, that's child friendly too. You just got to cover you. Y'all already know that when I'm working towards a cuss word. Y'all already know. And plus, most of the kids in the village already know Brother Hatim is. Come on now. But yeah. All our stuff is child friendly, and you know what I'm saying. And if not, we make arrangements. We just need the family to come out. But yo, I done said this 3 times. One love. Where are we tomorrow night? Tomorrow night you at the school, baby. I'm making arrangements, so I'll be making calls, and I'll be sending out texts to let y'all know if it's still, you know what I'm saying? We'll let y'all know the instructions. Now, Brother Hatim ain't going to be there, but y'all need to be in the house. All right, this is Brother Hatim. I am out. Peace. Remember, G&J, free G&J, freegnjecourse.com. Next, gnjmedia.live. Go and check those out. I ain't going to type them up right now. I'm tired. Y'all have a great night. Peace.